to the Rescue Rundown. I'm Dave Morris alongside Central Oklahoma Humane Society's Abby Wolf. Great to see you again.
Good to see you guys too.
This show is also known as Cuteness Overload because of this little guy, Hutch. Look at that.
Adorable.
That is absolutely adorable. Now here's the deal about Hutch. As you can see from our cuteness cam right there, everything I see about this dog is well-mannered, cute, well-behaved. Cute little belly on the dog.
Look handling at his belly. Oh.
He's handling the collar. But you're saying there's perhaps a fun side to this little guy.
You know, this little guy has some energy, just like any other puppy.
Sure.
Loves to be curious and play. He loves the plush toys, you know, especially if they have a squeaky in them. So he, right now, he's a little mellow, but
so in the corner of the operation over there, he's like squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yes,
he's got his own little squeaky minion that he's chewing on or something. Tell us a little bit more about Mutch, 2-month-old.
He is 2 months old. We think he might be a lab, possibly a Dalmatian mix.
He's got the little...
yes, yeah. So
he's got the ear markings, perhaps.
Absolutely. So he's available for adoption today. His fee is $200, and he comes with a microchip and all of his vaccines, and he's been through a program, so he's available.
How big does a little guy like this get? Because I mean, I'm assuming he just stays the same size and adorable for no, not so much.
Forever and ever?
Yes.
I don't think so. So he's probably going to be about 60 pounds or so. Now, it's hard to tell when they're puppies, especially if you don't know their breed, but I think he'll be around in that range.
Before you know it, he'll be fighting fires and slinging beer, like the Dalmatian on the Budweiser episodes.
Oh, we hope not. No beer for puppies.
No beer for the puppies. All right. Our topic for this week on the Rescue Rundown is rabies, as this little guy will bite very nicely on your thumbs there. It's a good segue there. World Rabies Day is Monday, September 28th, and this is a very significant event.
It is. You know, World Rabies Day, while it's not the sexiest topic, it is absolutely important. Just like little Hutch has had his rabies vaccinations, we want to make sure that everyone at home is prepared to prevent rabies. It's in all 50 states, and so we have a couple tips that might help.
In fact, rabies is certainly a deadly illness.
It is.
But it can be preventable.
Exactly. Prevention is actually the key. So we have 5 facts that might help folks at home understand rabies a little bit better.
Lead us off with number 1.
The first one is that it's zoonotic, which means basically that it can transfer from humans to animals and vice versa. Okay. Fact number 2 is that 16 cases of rabies were actually reported in Oklahoma City or Oklahoma County and the surrounding counties last year.
Really?
Yes. So those are actually reported cases. Not only that, but rabies is typically found most in the spring, so March through May, in that range.
Why is that?
You know, it's springtime, and lots of diseases kind of show their faces in the spring.
Sure. Oh, he's falling asleep on us.
Oh, sweet baby. Rabies also is carried typically, especially in Oklahoma, by skunks and bats. So obviously it can transfer to dogs, cats, cattle, horses, those kinds of things, really anything with warm blood.
I was going to ask you that. We're talking cats and dogs here mostly, but it can be transferable from any number of animals.
Yes, and that brings us to how it's contracted. So it actually is contracted through saliva. So bites. Are the biggest cause, essentially, of rabies.
You were emailing me earlier about things we could talk about, and I was like, yeah, I was just brushing up on rabies. You're like, well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
But according to the CDC, I was looking at $300 million annual cost just going with disease detection, prevention, and control. This is a pretty big deal.
Absolutely, and you know, that's why it's so important to prevent. I mean, a little vaccine costs a lot less than trying to treat rabies or even the more tragic cases.
And I was also reading some steps. If you're bitten, wash the wounds, seek urgent medical attention, and then watch the animal as well.
Absolutely, and you know, it's so important. We talk about prevention, but there's also ways you can prevent being bitten.
Okay.
How about leave wild animals alone?
Seems obvious, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, if you see an animal that's acting kind of funny, or if you, you know, something's not right about an animal that you're seeing in the wild, it's best just to call your local animal control.
All right, alert the authorities in that case.
That's right.
Hutch here is really thrilled by our conversation, apparently.
He's tired.
Either that or he's really selling this adoption thing.
You know, isn't he just the perfect little cutest puppy ever?
Seriously.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Talking about me, huh? All right, a big event for the Central Oklahoma Humane Society is this weekend. Tell us about it.
Yes, we have the Hero Awards. So it's our second annual Hero Awards Gala, which basically we're going to celebrate 3 very special pet heroes. Some that saved lives of humans, some that saved lives of animals, and also overcame insurmountable odds. But you know, we want to celebrate with the viewers of News OK. And you know, a lot of people feel as though their pets are their heroes. I know I certainly know my pets are my heroes. So we want people to share that, and by using the hashtag #RescueRundown.
That's right. Hashtag #RescueRundown. Share your story if you feel your pet is a hero in any number of capacities. Share that story. We will relay it on this very show next week. Or if you have any videos, pictures, stuff like that, just hashtag your social media efforts, #RescueRundown. And we'll include that. We also have, you guys have various volunteer efforts ongoing throughout the year, and the Oklahoman was happy to participate earlier this week.
Absolutely. We were happy to have the Oklahoma Media Group actually just in our facilities. They did everything from walking dogs to bathing dogs to, I mean, they even got down and dirty and cleaned kennels. So we were really happy to have them helping us out yesterday.
Now, was Hutch there yesterday, or?
Hutch was, and I have a feeling we're going to have a line waiting outside the studio whenever we wrap, because
every time
he
you
was
walk
a big
in, heads turn, whether it's the little orange kittens or this guy.
That's true, but he is, I mean, just adorable. So I think he had some fans.
Yeah, he's just, that's ridiculous. He's just showing off. All right, she's Abby Wolf of the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. Great to see you as always.
See you too.
Little Hutch.
See you guys next Wednesday.
Go see him at 7500 Northwestern.
That's right, he'll be there today.
All right, that'll do it. This episode of Rescue Rundown. Again, share with us your story at #RescueRundown.